Happy Thursday. We finally made it. Welcome to Spirit Hub's virtual happy hour. We've made it to episode 7, and we've got a really nice show scheduled for you guys today. We're presently here joined by Sidney Lance from Ghost Coast Distillery of Savannah, Georgia. Sidney, you want to say hello?
Hey guys, how y'all doing? Sidney Lance, I'm the brand manager over at Ghost Coast Distillery, and we're so happy to be in front of you today.
Perfect. Well, thanks again for everybody who's joining us again. Thanks. Welcome all the new people that are joining us for the first time. For all the newcomers, we are Spirit Hub. We're an online e-commerce website that operates in the state of Illinois at the moment. We are proudly supporting independent craft distilleries across the United States, including Canada and even Mexico. With that, we 100% support these independently owned and operated distilleries, and that's kind of our backbone through our entire process. On top of that, out of those distilleries, we have over 200 distilleries, and we have over 1,300 products from those distilleries with an awesome selection. Illinois can easily get your craft spirits delivered to your door. Outside of that, that's all you have to hear from me, but I'm gonna hand it off to Sidney. He's got awesome spirits he's gonna be talking to, and out of all this, we're also gonna be making some awesome cocktails. So this is all virtual happy hour, correct?
Yes, sir.
Outside of that, if you have any questions, please direct them to the Facebook live chat. Direct them there. They'll be fed over to me. I'd be happy to get those answered from Sidney or myself. Outside of that, Sidney, let's get started with what you guys talk about.
So first, I'd like to introduce y'all to Ghost Coast Distillery. We're the first distillery in Savannah since Prohibition. We've been operating since 2017. Myself, I came on with Ghost Coast as a consultant, and after designing the bar and working with the master distillers to work on all these fun flavors, I came on board full time, working with Ken, who is our master distiller, but also the two founders, Rob Ingersoll and Chris Awasink, who were college roommates. They decided to go in business together. They first started off harvesting mushrooms, and that didn't work out too well. And then they were drinking one night and was like, hey, let's start a distillery. And you know what? They ended up starting this distillery, and I'm blessed to be a part of it. So what we'll be talking about today, fun stuff, our bourbon and our spice rum mainly, but we also make over 27 different spirits. We are one of 10 distilleries that create that many spirits under one roof in the country, and that also makes us very unique. But just got voted top 5 craft distilleries by USA Today, and a lot of fun, cool accolades. We make Chalmers. We do Carthusian bitters, which is I'll take on Chartreuse. Then we have our Italian bitters. Some of the things you don't see here are out in the market, but we just have fun with everything. But again, we're gonna focus mainly on today our spice rum and our bourbon. So would you like to go ahead and get a little taste going?
For sure. We're all waiting to see that. As Sidney said, also we got the bourbon, the tiki spice rum. We have an awesome selection also on our website. Before he dives in, if you'd like to find out more about Ghost Coast, we actually have a blog. It's an Artisan Avenue blog that's written about Chris. That has some really interesting. It goes deeper into the mushrooms, I think. But we can definitely dig deeper into. I guess you could start off with that bourbon you have there.
Yeah. Okay. So this is our third release bourbon. It's more on that. It's a traditional bourbon, more on the rye side, high on the rye. But what we've done this past year, was we created 4 different styles of bourbon, which we're turning into our master bourbon here soon in September when we do our master bourbon release. But this guy right here, it has fun toasted oats. It's very nutty. It's got that fun peppery light spice, but you get so much flavor because the way we're aging things here is just unreal. The climate just works with us. It's just super cool. So I'm gonna pour a little and have a little taste and let y'all know what I'm feeling when I taste this fun stuff. Ooh. I get, light caramel. You get like toasted walnuts. Man, little light vanilla. It's a really soft bourbon. It's really fun. What I always like to tell people is like the bourbon's really dangerous when you want to drink it in the summertime, and then not only wanting to drink it, you can drink it, and you don't feel like you're gonna get knocked down on your back, but you just get to enjoy it. So like that's what I like about our bourbon, man. It's so freaking delicious. So I'm not gonna finish this, or should I?
Well, that's all. You can do whatever you want to do as long as you make it past the show. But Sidney, are you a big bourbon guy? How do you prefer to drink your bourbon?
So I am a pretty big bourbon guy. I have a really nice selection of bourbon myself. I've had the honor of meeting Dave Pickerel twice before he passed away, and I met him right before I did this huge bourbon tasting, and that bourbon tasting was, I had the line of, the Woodford Reserves, the Orphan Barrels, the Rhetoric Barter House from the Orphan Barrels, E.H. Taylor, all these, really respectable brands, Buffalo Trace, everything, Blanton's, all that stuff, and then all of Dave Pickerel's lines of bourbon, rye whiskey. So like I think from that tasting on throughout the rest of my career, I kind of like I geeked out on all this bourbon, and I became a little, a real bourbon connoisseur. So like, when I come across something that tastes really good, like I really just want to share it with the world, because I really think that there's some really good stuff out there, and I think we're hitting it on the head really hard here in Savannah at Ghost Coast Distillery.
For sure. And then the one thing I was going to ask you about it, so you guys have a unique way of aging your bourbon. Do you want to touch on that?
Yeah, love to. What's really cool about our bourbon, again, the way we're aging it, we have an uncontrolled climate aging room. It's the weather that we have here that really affects what's going on. The humidity that we have is so high, but it sucks for us when we step outside and you just sweat down, and we're stepping outside and we're thinking about the aging room. We're like, you know what, that humidity plays as a blanket around that barrel, so we're not losing a lot of the angel cut. So it's keeping more of that flavor inside. Not only that, our temperature goes from 50 degrees to 75 degrees. Or, like today it got down to 50 something. And the other day it was 90 plus. So we get a lot of action in our barrels. So you get that hot, cold. And what that does is just sucking the juice in and then pushing the juice back out, pulling more flavor into the juice itself. So like, that's what makes us pretty unique in that sense. We're just using our natural resources and enjoying what all of Savannah has to offer to us, creating this wonderful bourbon.
For sure. So enough about your bourbon. You have another refreshing spirit right next to you. What do you have there?
Yeah. So we got some spiced rum. Okay. So this is another one of our great loves. This guy has been getting awards left and right. I actually had the fun introducing this to a really good friend of mine up there in your guys' area, Mike Ryan. If any of you guys know him, he fell in love with it, I think, a little bit. He was like, these guys are doing something great with this. Our spice rum, it's a molasses-based rum. We actually source the bulk of everything that we have, we source locally. We get our molasses right up the street from us, or we could say up the street or down the river from us, not even a mile from our local sugar refinery. So like when we're brewing this stuff up, you can smell it all in our corner of Savannah, and it's just like blocks and blocks of, yummy molasses being cooked down. So it's wonderful. You get some really fun cardamom spices, clove, cinnamon. You got cocoa in there. You almost get like hints of cherry, which is really cool. When Ken and myself, we were talking about this rum, and it was like, hey, we want to make a naval proof rum. We want to do this kind of rum. But what do we want to do now that's hitting the market? Like, tiki drinks are really like blowing up again. So we were trying to think of something that, a bartender can grab, make a drink, and not worry about, hey, I need to add 6 more ingredients to this. Now you can grab this rum, pour it, and now all you got to do is add like 3 more ingredients or 4 more ingredients, so you're not just getting out of control in timing because, as a bartender, yes, I like to make these elaborate drinks, but I also like to make timely drinks and I like to make efficient cocktails that, people can have multiple of and enjoy themselves and not get mad because they wait forever for one cocktail. But like, again, this is the boat rum. You take this on a boat every time you go out. But I'm gonna try a little bit of that. I think when I drink this, it's almost like it's like the beginning of fall, but the beginning of spring as well, because I could have a nice daiquiri with it, or I could even do like almost a riff on like a Manhattan, the Martinez or something fun with the spice rum because it also has a lot of body to it and a lot of weight and tons of flavor. You can just go so many places with this rum, and that's one reason why I really enjoy this rum, and it's just been getting a lot of eyes turned at it when they taste it and they see it, and it's like, oh man, this is an easy sell for me. Wherever I go, I'll just like, here, try this, and then it's all over. But it's fun stuff. I hope y'all drinking at home. Please join.
So for everyone that's drinking, if you are drinking, join us. If you're not drinking, submit an order through spirithub.com. We got plenty of Ghost Coast Distillery product on our website. Is this a good time probably to jump into cocktails, Sidney?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
Okay.
All right.
So again, let me just, thanks for sharing your stories. Thanks for sharing the Ghost Coast, the background, the cool stuff about the spirits. So in just a second, we're going to make some really cool cocktails here. So just break for a sec. And for those of you guys just joining us, we're on episode 7 of Spirit Hub's virtual happy hour. With us, we have Sidney Lance from Ghost Coast Distillery in Savannah, Georgia. He's going to go through and make some awesome cocktails. For those of you interested in actually making that at home, you should be seeing the cocktail recipes in the feed on Facebook Live. Again, if you have any questions, please let us, please type them there. We'd be happy to ask Sidney anything as long as it's appropriate. But outside of that, Sidney, take it away with what do we have for us?
All right, so since we started off tasting on that bourbon, I'm going to show you guys how to make this really cool cocktail. And this one that actually has a fun story to go along with Chris and his mushrooms. Not that crazy, but we were sitting around thinking about this drink. Now we're going to start with the Chalmers and then the Carthusian bitters, and then we're going to the bourbon. But like we have the Chalmers liqueur, which is a cherry almond liqueur that we make with peach pits and almonds and cherries and all that fun stuff. Our fun take on a Luxardo Maraschino liqueur, and then our Carthusian bitters. We're doing 3/4 ounces of that. This guy right here is just stupid good. And if you like chartreuse, I think you'll like this a lot. And if you don't like chartreuse, this has less bite than chartreuse does, actually. But it's really fun in cocktails and very approachable. Then we got this beautiful bourbon for you. We're going to do 1.5 ounces of that. So when I was making this drink, I was like, man, we're having a bourbon party, and it's like, I just want to get people drunk, to be honest. We're going to do 1 dash of chocolate bitters. So we made the drink, and Chris tasted it. And Chris is like he's a panic fan and all that fun stuff. So he's like, Sidney, they're going to time travel after they drink this. And I'm like, yo. So we call it the time traveler. All right, so we're going to give that a little stir. If you're at home and you got like the ice cubes that you're using at home, you don't really need to stir too long because they're really small. Most likely really small. But like, just give it a good stir. You want to dilute that down so everything ties in together. It's such a fun cocktail, man. It's like because it goes down so easy, and it's all alcohol. And you're just sitting there like, oh, that's 90 proof. Oh, that's 40 proof. I mean, that's a yeah 90 proof, and then you got another 100 proof something in there, and it's like, oh my god, it shouldn't be tasting like this. It shouldn't go down so easy. And then you're like, bam, how'd I get here? I think I just time traveled. Booyah! I had a couple of cubes falling there, but I just throw it over one big cube. You could throw it over the rock on rocks itself, like multiple rocks, and then I express this lemon peel over it. This lemon peel kind of opens it up. Like I've tried this drink with it and without it, and once you put this on there and those oils get in there and start to zest things up, it's just a beautiful cocktail, and it's super delicious. But here you guys go. Little time traveler. What?
Looks awesome.
Bam.
Very simple, very simple.
Yeah, 3 ingredients, 4 counting the bitters, but it's just like one dash. But like it's very easy. You can make this for multiple people if you want to batch it or anything like that. It's very easily to batch. What? That's delicious.
Awesome. Well, like I said, I have to buy all 3 of those bottles as soon as possible.
Yeah. Man.
I'll get in a couple days. Outside of that, though, you gotta tell us what you're gonna make with that tiki spice rum.
Tiki spice rum. Okay, all right. We are going to do mango daiquiri. Mango daiquiri. I literally 2 mangoes, a half a cup of simple syrup, and then I add like an extra cup of water just to kind of thin out the mango. And you just kind of blend it. Put it in a pot. You can heat it in the pot if you want. Just kind of get everything to mix it a little bit better, and then just pour it right back into your container. And I got a little container here. After I use that, it doesn't go to waste. If we're not having a cocktail with it, the kids are making little kiddie cocktails with it at home. So we use it all. So first, I'm gonna go here with the lime juice. Excuse me. So we're doing like 1 ounce of lime juice, because this tiki spice rum has a sweetness to it. This mango puree is going to have a sweetness to it. I'm doing an ounce of lime juice just to cut everything and make everything nice and balanced. I'm actually doing 2 ounces of this puree. And you can go between 2 ounces and 1.5 ounces, depending on how sweet you have it and how it comes out once you cook it down. So those measurements, like especially when it comes to making a puree or any type of syrups, it's just kind of based on like your level of sweetness. Like we can build a platform for you and a foundation, but like it's nice when you can design things along the way, and you just need a little help. All right, so we got 1.5 ounces of that spice rum in there, and we're gonna load this guy up with some ice. We're gonna get our shake on it. Keep it shake down, y'all. Right.
Well, that was very entertaining.
I'm gonna double strain this. And we're gonna just garnish it with a nice little mango peel. And there we go.
That's awesome.
Yeah. All right.
That's cool.
Uh-oh. Hate my job. Gotta try it. Oh no. When this goes off, it's gonna go down real hard.
That's awesome.
But yeah, there you go. So time traveler and your mango daiquiri. Also, like if you can't make this or you don't feel like making it, you have the real mango puree, and I've used that before, and it's really good. It's really easy. You can probably buy it at any one of your liquor stores. So like just to make things easier for y'all at home. But 3 ingredient cocktails, you can find a way to make them. It's very simple and very easy. You can enjoy the bar at home.
For sure. Sidney, did we lose you there? Are you still there? There you go.
I'm back.
All right, cool. We had some questions come through. We had Emily ask, you guys have 27 spirits that you guys make at Ghost Coast. Which one is your favorite?
Oh man. Okay. The Tommy Agave is my favorite. I'm gonna tell you that, and that's wrong because we don't have it out in the market. But like that's one of the I was being very I kept on asking. I was like, can we make tequila? Can we make tequila? Can we make tequila? And it's like, yeah, but, and it finally made it. But right now, like everything I'm drinking right now, I think the Tiki Spice Rum and the Burl Gin, those are my two favorite right now because of the weather. I'm gonna drink bourbon any day of the week, but like those two spirits are like, oh, the Burl Gin, we should have done that. We'll do that next time. But like the Burl Gin, if you guys, any gin lovers out there, y'all need to get on that, please.
See, Sidney, we would have featured the Burl Gin, but we sold out of it so fast.
Yeah.
So we should be getting it back. It's coming back. It's coming back soon. It's coming back soon. We also have to talk about that agave spirit. I'll have my people call your people, and we'll figure out if we can get that over here. Because I'm a big tequila guy too.
I think your market will eat it up. I think you guys will eat it up. You guys will love it, man. It's very unique and fun.
Yeah, and I've got I had someone else ask a question too. So I've got it seems like you made a lot of cocktails there, right? What's your favorite cocktail that you've ever created with the Ghost Coast spirits?
Favorite cocktail? Gosh, man, I think Time Travel is one of them. I do a riff on a old fashioned called the Smoky Mirrors. That's probably one of the funnest. I'm gonna call out a couple guys. The rum row. The rum row it's just I'd say it's a painkiller on crack. I take coconut milk and horchata and coconut milk, jasmine rice, and simple syrup. I let that sit for a couple of days. When you strain it, it tastes like Rice Krispie treats. And then you put that with the spice rum and your pineapple juice and your OJ, and it's like I have these bikers that come in and they're big dudes, and they're just like banging out these big tiki mugs with the butt crack, all that fun stuff. I'm like, that's a girl's drink, right? No, it's not. It's a man's drink.
It does the damage. I can only imagine.
No offense, y'all. I'm just joking now.
No, of course
I'm surrounded by women in my life. Okay, I love y'all.
And that's all right. But that's all the questions I have for you. That's kind of conclude our show. Sidney, appreciate you getting on and taking time out of your day to kind of spread the word of Ghost Coast Distillery. Everybody else that joined us, thanks for joining us for our 7th episode of Virtual Happy Hour. If you are interested in the spirits, again, they're on spirithub.com. We've got plenty of an assortment, except for the Burl Gin, which we'll be getting back soon. We've got plenty of Ghost Coast products. Yep. We also have a special for you guys. By using the promo code HAPPY7, that's HAPPY and the number 7 on Spirit Hub's website, you'll get 10% off plus free shipping. Again, help support your local, independent distilleries from across the United States, especially with what's going on. Take the time, if you like the alcohol, if you like what Sidney's doing, help both parties out. But outside of that, Sidney, you have anything to say?
No, just thank you guys a lot. We appreciate y'all, asking questions. We appreciate y'all following us. We appreciate just everything you guys are doing, taking the time out to, just listen to us talk about what we love so much to do. We're also just like almost a ton of other distilleries, we're giving back to the community. We're helping out with the community with hand sanitizer and everything else. We work with a lot of local companies. Our honey whiskey and our ginger whiskey, we both source those locally. We use natural honey, natural ginger for all that stuff. So if you see that on Spirit Hub, please try those things out. They're not overly sweet. They're natural flavors. Like you could drink it and not have rip that thing off your face the next day because you're so hungover from all that sugar. It's really good stuff. So y'all go out there and try out some fun spirits from the South, man. we doing it down here, y'all.
Yeah, right. Super exciting. Like I said, I love the brand. I love what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
But that essentially wraps it up. Again, thanks everybody, and I hope you guys stay safe and healthy. Have a good night.
Cheers, y'all.